Hi, welcome to West Brom Fan TV. This is the West Bromwich Albion versus Luton preview, and obviously you can tell we've got a slightly different format. Connor,
Yeah, we thought we'd try this format because in the future we're looking at doing future podcasts and stuff like that. So let us know in the comment section what you think of the new format. Did you enjoy it? Would you like to see more of it? Obviously, we want a new way of recording our previews. We want to make it more of a discussion rather than just sitting there discussing facts. But obviously, like Freddie said, West Brom versus Luton at the Hawthorns. Me and Freddie can't wait. Obviously, it's going to be in front of a big crowd, and obviously, the West Brom fans are some of the best fans in the league, let alone the country. When they get behind the team, I'm really looking forward to it. It's not going to be an easy game by any stretch, but because there's no easy games in the Championship. But we go into that game having come off for a 2-2 draw against Bournemouth, who were going to be up there at the end of the season. Obviously, Luton, they got a 3-0 win, home win against newly promoted side Peterborough. What are your thoughts going into the game, Freddie?
I think with our, I think the first thing that needs to be clear, and I'm hoping under Valerian this doesn't happen, but you will remember. I certainly remember. I'm just hoping we don't underestimate a side like Luton because there've been far too many times where Albion have underestimated teams we should be beating and end up dropping points. Christ, if we'd have not underestimated some of the sides under Bilic, we'd have won the Championship when we had him as manager. So I'm just hoping we don't this time. Luton are a side that on paper we definitely should be beating, but we know what this league's like. Anyone can beat anyone on its day. So we've got to approach this as we'd approach a game against Fulham. We need to go out, we need to give our all, and we cannot underestimate them at all because they are a good side. 3-0 is impressive against any team. So got to take them seriously.
Yeah, but obviously, first game back at the Hawthorns for a long time. Obviously, there was that game against West Ham, but it wasn't the same due to all the restrictions and stuff like that. Obviously, restrictions have been lifted now. We can kind of go into the game without wearing masks.
Yeah.
Obviously, there'll be still some people wearing them, but I probably won't. I'm really
I
looking
don't think
forward
I
to the.
won't. I'll say that now. I'll wear one. Um,
Uh,
we
yeah,
just to
but
be clear, me and Connor don't have anything against anybody wearing them either. It's just our personal preferences.
yeah, definitely. But obviously, going into the game, we've got a lot of dangerous players. You know, we've got the likes of Grady Diangana who can flip a game on its head. He can get a goal out of nothing. Same as Callum Robinson.
Absolutely.
Same as Carlin. Who would you say our biggest threats are going into the game against Luton?
Aside the three that you just said, because I think they're the standout options, I think Alex Mauer had a very impressive debut against Bournemouth. I think he worked hard. He didn't really put a pass wrong the entire game. He obviously made the assist for Robinson's goal, but I think someone who went under the radar a bit was Matty Phillips. I think when he came on second half, he just changed the game instantly. And I think we scored. I think it was 35 odd seconds after he came on. He scored and he played a part in the goal as well. So I think he'll be important. But I think as well, one thing that we've got to consider when we play Bournemouth is Bournemouth are probably one of the most clinical sides in the division. So they only had two shots and they scored both of them. That doesn't happen in the Championship as much as it does in the Premier League. So I'm hoping that any mistakes that we saw made against Bournemouth we can use, try and push on with. And obviously we got the advantage, and we'll discuss this now, of maybe Sam Johnson playing, which is great news because the contract's not been confirmed yet, but it's been heavily spoke about. And Johnson said
looking like it. And so,
and even though the contract hasn't been signed yet, Sam Johnson's made it clear as long as he plays for West Brom, he wants to play. He doesn't want to be saving himself for a club. He wants to be playing every minute that he's a part of the club, which is a very admirable thing in my opinion.
And came back off his holiday early to get back in training, which probably was the level of professionalism we wanted to see from Mateus Pereira. But obviously, if we still had him, I would be saying he's definitely our key player going into the game. Obviously, he's gone now. You know what players signed at the minute. You know, we've got the likes of Kipre, who isn't a new signing, but he could, if he plays well and he does well in the team, he could be considered as basically a new signing. Obviously, Sam Johnston probably going to be in goal on Saturday against Luton, which is good to see. You know, an England international committing his future to us would be brilliant. And even if he did go now, I probably wouldn't hold any grudges against him because he's gone the right way. Obviously, West Ham came in with that ridiculous £6 million offer. You was at the game. You was at the game against Bournemouth. How excited are you to see fans back? And what are your expectations for the season?
Well, I think the thing is, I think if you watched my vlog and at the end of the game with me and Dave, I think the way we said it was we couldn't actually summarise it. The feeling of being in an away end with our friends and our family that we've not seen in months, singing our hearts out, that goal celebration that we all love and we've missed, that you just can't replicate when you're at home. I mean, you can get excited when you're watching at home, but being at the games is nothing like it. I think overall, I just can't wait to be in a packed out Hawthorns with people that, I mean, before the pandemic, I consider these people my family, and I still do. Can't wait to see them again, and it's just going to be amazing. And I think, for my expectations of the season, I think we can get automatic promotion. But we can't take any team for granted. Championship's very, very tough, and we've got to make sure that we go about it in the right way, and fans need to do their part as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think one of the big things what the players have probably missed is the fans. They probably could have done with it last season when they were struggling, you know, just that extra bit of boost for the players. But we're back in the Championship now, and there's a couple of things I won't miss, that one of them being VAR. But we go into the game with high expectations. I think we need to win the game. We need to win all our home games, really, especially against a side like Luton. No disrespect to them, but if we're going to go up this season, we definitely need to be beating them. Let's get on to our score predictions now. I'm going to go with a 3-0 West Brom win. I think with Sam Johnston in goal, we'll get a clean sheet. I think the defence will be tightened up a little bit. I'm going to go with an Alex Mowat goal, Callum Robinson goal, and a Grady Diangana goal. I just think we'll have too much room. Hopefully I'm right. But if you are a Luton fan and you're watching, then, you know, best of luck for the season. And, you know, I hope you do well after this game, obviously. But what's your score prediction, Freddie?
I sort of went down the same route. I think they will be too powerful for Luton. I think we'll keep a clean sheet. I expect it to be a tight game because Luton will be happy to take a point from this game. I think that's something that we're going to have to expect when we're at the Hawthorns. Most teams are going to park the bus against us. This will be no different, but I do think we'll have enough. I think we'll win 2-0. I think we'll keep the clean sheet, like you said. I think that Carlin Grant will get his first Hawthorns goal. I think Matty Phillips will score as well. And I cannot wait to see you all there. If you see me or Connor, come say hello. We'd love to meet you. And we'll love to meet you all. And if you have any ideas for podcast suggestions, topics, like me and Connor could talk about our experiences with West Brom, anything really, anything you think would be good to talk about. And even if you're interested in coming on someday, just let us know in the comments and let us know what you think of this format as well, because this is a kind of new for us. We're just excited as you are to see how you think of it, really. So I really hope you enjoyed it. Connor?
Yeah, obviously, comment your score predictions down below. Follow all our social media in the links down below: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if you want to stay up to date with all the West Brom news. Obviously, subscribe if you're new. Comment your score predictions. Cheers for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Have a good one.